Can you talk about the fight you've kind of underwent to get back playing at all? And are you back to 100% strength in your mind yet?
Yeah, I feel like I'm back to being myself. I don't feel reserved in any way, in any facet of the game. My power's there, my strength is there, my speed. So I feel like myself all around. It was very difficult to get back to that point. We really had to push hard, but I'm thankful for the training staff here and all the doctors to just give me a lot of clarity and know that we were on the other side of that thing. It was really hard for us to figure out what was going on at first. So, once we found the infection and we were able to start treating it, it didn't heal quite as quick as we would have liked. But we went back and kept running the tests, kept figuring out what was going on. So to see everything clear up and know 100% that it's gone and I'm healthy, that was a big part of it too, just to know that I'm on the other side of it. So, yeah, I started feeling better. My labs were coming back normal. I felt good for a few days and then started feeling a lot of the same effects again. So we went back, retested everything, and then the results actually came back really good. So I think I was just trying to push it a little too hard, too early. My body just wasn't ready. So we gave it a couple days, and then I was able to come back and play a couple games with the team, and I felt really good. So it was a good thing for me that we had clinched that 5-day break because we were able to get on it, push it really, really hard, and then have a recovery break. So I feel great now. I feel really good.
Okay. Next question. I'm going to go here on the right.
Austin, aside from battling to get back, just what have the last few months been like for you trying to adjust to a new team, a new city, and you're away and rehabbing and dealing with the illness? Just what's the acclimation process to the Phillies been like for you?
Yeah, I felt great when I first came over. I was playing every day, and things were going well. And the injury happened. I wasn't really feeling good coming back from that, and I was on rehab, and I was kind of doing stuff away from the team. So I wasn't with the guys for a little bit. So I got to know the training staff really well, and got to know some other people, but I wasn't really with the team. So once I started feeling better and came back from that, that was really good to get back with the guys. I was able to be there when we clinched, so just getting to enjoy those moments with the team. That's great as a player. When you're on the outside looking in, it's tough. That's part of the rehab too, is just trying to fight to get back with everyone. So it's been a really good experience since I've been able to get past the rehab side of it and just be back with the team, be playing whenever I can, whenever the opportunities are there, and just enjoy this ride. I was able to get my first postseason win the other night, so that was a great experience too.
Next question. Anything else? We're going to go over down here to Destiny in the first row on the left.
Hey, Austin, Mania dropped his arm slot a few months ago, and he's become a different pitcher. What kind of challenge does he present?
Yeah, he's got more angle now. Kind of makes his fastball play up a little bit more than it used to when he was over the top. So you just have to understand that the ball's coming from a different angle. So wherever that contact point is, for you to be able to combat that angle with your swing, you just got to know where that is and know how you want to attack the ball and where you need it to start, essentially.
Okay, next question. Okay, far left on the second row.
Austin, first game you mentioned with the Phillies in the postseason, first two games actually. But what was the vibe like in that ballpark, experiencing that for the first time?
Yeah, the Red October is real. It was awesome. That might have been the most fun baseball game I've been a part of. Just the back and forth, ups and downs, and then for us to come back and win in walk-off fashion. And one of the first games I've gotten to see there, it was really special. So it's a really loud stadium. I'm looking forward to playing some more games there.
Stay on the left in third row.
I know you only got the one plate appearance, and it probably didn't go the way that you wanted, but do you almost look at that as a silver lining that you were able to get one knowing that you have to play in these next couple games and having not been in the lineup for a couple weeks? It's one thing to be taking BP or whatever, and another thing to be in live game action.
Yeah, that was just kind of a big step for me too, knowing everything I went through the past couple months. Not only did I make the playoff roster, but I got in the game. That was just something that's big for me. That was my goal. Those last couple weeks, going through everything I was going through. Like, am I gonna make it back? I'm not really sure. So that was a really positive thing for me. So now this was the opportunity that I was fighting so hard for, and yeah, I'm really excited. We all had 5 days off at the end of the season, so I think we're all in the same boat right now. But I did get plenty of at-bats at the end of the year. I feel prepared. I feel comfortable. I was taking a lot of BP and doing all that, but we had our workout day. We had a 9-inning game that we played. In the middle of that, I played games at the end of the year with the team, and I played rehab games. So I've played over a week's worth of games leading up to this, so I'm not just coming in straight off the bench. I have had game at-bats, so I feel very confident.
Anything else for Austin? Okay, Austin, thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Hey, Rob.
Hi, Alex.
Was it a difficult decision not to put Stott in there today?
Yeah, it was. He's had some numbers against Mania, and Mania's been really tough against righties, but he's been tough against everybody. He's really thrown the ball well. But Sosa's number, he's 4 for 8 with a homer. Just outweighed it a little bit, but it was tough.
Next question. We're going to go here on the right. Third row.
Rob, being that it was tough, what was that conversation like with Stock? Because at the same time, he's probably going to come in a big moment at some point tonight, possibility.
Yeah, I think everybody in that clubhouse is all in. And so the conversation's not that difficult. They're backing each other, and they're in here to win it, whatever it takes.
Next question. You guys going to make this easy today? All right, we're going to go back to Alex on the left.
What are you hoping to see out of Bohm today?
Get good pitches to hit, use the field. If he does that, he's usually pretty good.
Okay, first row on the left, Marcus.
There's a school of thought that when relievers don't pitch for a while, it takes them a while to sort of get their mojo or their mechanics or whatever back. Are you part of that school, and do you think that will you change your approach with your bullpen at all tonight?
I don't think we'll change our approach, but I am in that school. I think that everybody's a little bit. It's kind of a personalized thing as far as having time off. Some guys they get rusty quick. Other guys, it doesn't bother them. Mariano Rivera never wanted to pitch unless it was a save situation. So, and he didn't care whether it was 7, 8 days without pitching. He felt fine. But I think for the most part, guys need consistent work anyway.
Next question. Ron, here in the front.
Are the scouting and analytics you get for these postseason series any different from what you get in the regular season?
No, they're the same.
Before each game, how long does it take you to go through it and prep?
I meet with the pitching coaches an hour before game time every day. Pitching coaches, bullpen coach, Dusty Wathan, and Mike Calitri, our bench coach. And we have a meeting. It probably takes 20 minutes just to look at, okay, who's down, who's up, who needs to pitch, what areas of the lineup are we looking at, what area of the game are we looking at. So probably about 20 minutes.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go in the back here to Fitz.
Rob, your team and your ballpark and your fans have gotten a lot of attention over the last several postseasons about the environment there and some of the great games you played at home, but maybe lost a little bit in that is how well you guys have played on the road in some huge spots in these postseasons. What is the key to handling environments like you're going to face today in the next couple of days? And do you think your environment at home has helped you guys when you go on the road and face similar things?
Maybe a little bit. I think it's more about the experience of the players, how they can slow the game down and slow their heartbeat down. But I'm sure we're going to hear it tonight, so they better be ready for it.
Far left, Paul.
Rob, Rob, what is it about Ranger Suarez specifically that gives you confidence that he can bounce back?
The game he pitched, the inter-squad game, he was really good for 2 innings. Velocity was back up. The command was really good. Haven't seen the command like that since he's come back from the injury. I know it's just an inter-squad game, but plus the fact that I think his calmness helps him out a great deal. And that's what gives me confidence, really.
Okay, we're going to go there in the middle, on the left.
Rob, you talked about Ranger. He'll go up against Jose Quintana, and he's spoken here a little bit before about that playoff start that he had against you 2 years ago. What do you remember about that start, and just what you might be going up against?
If I recall correctly, I thought he was really good, and I think was that the game that Harper hit the home run, or was that Game 1 of that series?
Game one
of that series. Yeah, we came back late and won the game. Yeah, he pitched very well.
And then what are kind of some of the challenges going up against him?
Well, he's a command guy too, and he can really keep you off balance. He'll add, he'll subtract, he'll pitch north and south and east and west. He can really pitch.
You stay right there in the front.
Rob, you mentioned it after Sunday's game, the Mets' success against the bullpen. Have you looked back at those first 2 games and seen maybe why the relievers have gotten up on guys, 0-2, 1-2, and the Mets have come back to get hits, and you guys just haven't been able to put those Mets hitters away in those spots?
Yeah, their hitters are fighting hard. They're putting good at bats against us, and I think they're waiting for a miss on our part, and unfortunately, we haven't executed on some pitches, and they've taken advantage of it.
You're going to go back to Marcus in the front row on the left.
Rob, you've been around Aaronola pretty much almost his whole career. What do you like about him in this spot, knowing how big this, a Game 3 in a 5-game series generally is, especially on the road?
Yeah, he's a guy that, and I've said it many times, it doesn't matter whether it's a spring training game, regular season game, playoff game, a bullpen midweek in June. He's the same guy every day. And he's so consistent with his process and his preparation that he really just puts his body on autopilot and goes out there and pitches. And he's got such great poise. And because the process is consistent, I think he doesn't really think about it. He just goes out and pitches. And so the moment never gets to him.
Okay, we're going to go here in the second row in the front.
Rob, Austin called the at-bat the other night a big step for him to kind of just get that at-bat and kind of get back. In the just context of what he's gone through, how big was it for you to see that, and what was that conversation like to kind of get him back into the starting lineup tonight?
Well, I had told him at the start of this series that he's going to start against left-handed pitching, but it was good to get him an at-bat, get him in that environment. I think it probably speeds up on a guy the first time you get an at-bat in that environment, but now as he's had it, it's gonna, I think it'll relax him moving forward. So I'm looking forward to see what he does tonight.
We're going to take 2 more. We're going to take one on the far right in the back.
The Mets have followed a similar path this year that you guys kind of did in 2022, being a 6 seed, you upset at 3 and then played a division team the next round. Do you see similarities between the Mets and you guys maybe 2 years ago in 2022?
Yeah, I think it's the momentum part of it is certainly that. But they've got really good starting pitching, which we had. They've got a really hungry group, which you can see later in games where they don't quit. And I think that's very similar to what we had the last couple of years, especially in 22. But and then coming home to this environment was exactly the same. So. Like I said before, I think this place is going to be jumping tonight, and our guys need to be ready for it.
The last one on the left in the middle.
Rob, going back to the bullpen, you talk about how you guys were waiting for a miss. Your bullpen guys like to attack the strike zone. That's how they get ahead. Is it almost a situation where you maybe need to get a little bit away from attacking that strike zone at that point?
Sure.
And go maybe throw a ball here and there?
Yeah, and especially 0-2, 1-2, you want to get chased. So you give the illusion that the pitch is in the zone, and then it leaves the zone. That's what you want to have. But I think they are fighting hard, and they're fouling some of those pitches off until we make a mistake, and the pitch that starts out of the zone and ends up in the zone, they do some damage on it. So we have some corrections to make, but they'll adjust.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
Andrew and Diego, what have you been able to work on since your last start that makes you feel confident you're going to get better results in the postseason this time?
No, he trabajado bastante lo que es mecánicamente. La última salida que tuve preparándome para esta salida fue un juego entre nosotros mismos. Lo estuve ejecutando y gracias a Dios me sentí bastante bien y eso lo he venido haciendo todo hasta mañana que lance.
Yeah, we've been working on a lot of things since the last start, basically on my mechanics as well. And my last start or my last adjustment was like during the inter-squad game. I think we did a really good job on that one, and I executed a couple pitches, and I felt good, and I think I'm gonna have that rolling on to tomorrow as well.
Okay, next question. Stay here on the left in the second row.
Ranger Rob mentioned that you pitched very well during the inter-squad game. What was the biggest difference for you there, and how do you feel coming out of that game as opposed to how you felt going into some of the September starts that you had?
No, bien, bastante bien. Lo que pasó en septiembre ya obviamente ya lo olvidé, ya no puedo estar estancado ahí en esas cosas. Ya estamos en octubre, ya es otra adrenalina, otro ambiente. Yo creo que ya sí, me siento muy bien físicamente, mentalmente, muy bien.
Yeah, I felt good. I felt really good on that one. And, what happens in September stays in September. It's time to turn the page. I just forgot about it. I'm not thinking about it too much. We're in October now, so it's a different atmosphere. It's a different vibe as well. So we're thinking about the now right now. And, just not getting stuck on those bad starts, just getting over them, turning the page over. And, we're October vibes. It's just I feel good physically, and, that's all I'm thinking right now.
We stay there on the left in the back, Alex.
Hi, Ranger.
Hola, Coffee.
You said you made an adjustment during the inter-squad game. What adjustment did you make?
Sí, más que todo fue trabajar más en mis piernas, quedarme un poco más cerrado para tener más ángulo de la pelota y lo ejecuté ese día y mira, me resultó bien y lo implementaré mañana.
Yeah, but I think it was mostly working on my legs during my wind-up and my mechanics. I think that I had to stay a little tighter, a little closer to my body with my legs, and I think that to get a better angle of when I was throwing the ball or a better idea when I was throwing the ball. So I think we did just that, and I felt really good after and I executed that day, and I feel good about it.
Caleb said you guys were going to work a lot on your delivery this week and just have a lot of reps. I'm wondering if you did that and if you feel like you benefited from it.
Sí, yo creo que me ayuda más que la pelota esté más viva y que hasta más tener más durabilidad. Yo creo que eso me resta, o sea, me suma más fuerza y yo creo que eso me va a ayudar a estar más en el juego.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that we've been working on, and I think that's going to help me, a lot, especially with having a little more life behind my ball, behind my pitches. I think that's gonna, what we're working on is gonna help me with that, and also just gonna help me build strength and stamina throughout the game. I think that's something that's gonna be a part of it as well. And then just that's some of the things that I can say about it. About that, what about we've been working on.
Okay, we're going to go here on the right in the back.
Hi, Ranger. So far in games 1 and 2, we've seen some pretty elite performances from the other starting pitchers in Wheeler and Sanchez. Watching those from the sidelines, how much does that kind of light a fire under you to go out there and try to match that?
Sí, sí, bastante motivado. Yo creo que las salidas que tuvieron Wheeler y Sánchez fueron fantásticas. Yo creo que como que viéndolos a ellos lanzar te da ese plus de tú hacer lo mismo cuando vaya a lanzar.
Yeah, I think that the starts that we've had from our past 2 starters, like Wheeler and Sanchi, have been just fantastic. And I think that just from all the team, just watching them throw the ball, we're just inspired by them, and we feel confident that when it's our turn to get on the mound, we're going to try and do those kind of things. And it just gives us the confidence, and having players like that, having teammates like that, it just gives us a lot of confidence that we're able to go out and do the same as well.
Okay, we're going to stay here on the right.
Over the past 2 years, you've had some big starts, Game 7, clinching games. Tomorrow, you'll either have a possible clinch or potential elimination. What does it mean to you to pitch in those types of games?
Sí, sí, independientemente sea para pasar o lo que sea, yo creo que lo importante es dar lo mejor de mí. Yo creo que darme el 100%, pase lo que pase, yo creo que va a ser un bonito día mañana.
Yeah, I think that it doesn't matter the situation right now in which I'm going to pitch tomorrow, if it's to clinch the series or if it's just to win the game tomorrow. I think the best thing that I could focus on is just being my best self, giving 100% of myself. And I think it doesn't matter the situation that we're going to be in tomorrow. That's just the mindset that we have to have before heading to the field tomorrow.
Anything else, Ranger? All right. Thanks, Ranger. Appreciate it. Thanks, Diego.